And so the final thing I want to do, and this is going to be a very quick treatment, is the flyby of the New Horizons spacecraft of the Kuiper Belt object Ultima Thule. And the reason why we're not focusing on that tonight is Kachun was at Johns Hopkins University during the flyby, so next session, the end of February, he'll be talking a lot about just the experience of being there as one of these missions unfolded. And we'll also have lots more information from the spacecraft by then, so we'll be able to give you a much more thorough update. But just quickly, this was the view coming in. So the closest approach of the asteroid was very early on January 1st. So this image was taken about 37 hours before the closest approach. So the spacecraft was zooming toward Ultima Thule at something like 30,000 miles per hour, I think. So 50,000-ish kilometers per hour. And so it grew in sharpness very, very quickly. So here we're still 1.2 or 1.9 million kilometers out. And so by using sharpening techniques, you could get an idea of what the shape of the asteroid, of Ultima Thule actually is. And this is the next day. They got better resolution. This is about roughly 25 or so, 25, 30 kilometers in the long dimension. And that said that maybe it's a dumbbell, or maybe it's two objects orbiting each other. And it wasn't until the next day when they got much closer that they were able to actually discern this. So it sort of looks like a snowman. And this is that same data, just scaled so that it's all the same size. And the most recent image returned is this. And so this is what's termed a contact binary, where you had two objects, they collided very slowly and stuck together. And so this, now it's the whole object, before we knew what it was called Ultima Thule. This is Ultima, this is Thule. So they've renamed the individual pieces. So the data are slowly streaming back. It's going to take about 20 months to transmit the entire load of data recorded on the spacecraft. But sometime this coming month, they expect to have at least a few selected images from the closest approach. And so this image was taken from about 7,000 kilometers away from the object. The closest they get is something like 2,000 kilometers, I believe, something like that. So we should have much, much better data over the next month, and we'll be able to show that to you then. What's really intriguing about this right now is that it looks like there's a large divot here, and there's these smaller holes in Ultima. Don't know yet if those are impact craters, if that's where you had material sublimating and collapsing, but we should have much better data to address those questions over the next several months.